Hi everyone, last day of the year, 31st of December, and it's crazily mild, even warm. Greta Thunberg's going to be loving that, isn't she? Anyway, so end of 1 year, tumultuous, traumatic for many, and particularly for me and my family this year, and the advent of a new year, which I firmly believe is the pivotal year in the history of human civilization, history of modern human civilization. So an important day to really try and crystallize my thoughts, and you know, as ever with my videos, I'm going to try and elaborate on what I think is the state of our society, and who are the individuals who are standing out as individuals with values, and who are the ones who have succumbed to groupthink and to propaganda, and how hopeful or pessimistic I may be. Now the answer is I'm hopeful, but there's a big but. There's something important that I've got to say here, and I'm going to start with that because it upsets me. That's the word, it upsets and shocks me. So, as many of you will know, my dad died as a result, a direct result of the booster shot, Pfizer booster shot that he received. Now, for the purposes of YouTube, I am allowed to say this, and I am saying it on your platform because it is the truth. It is established fact. So we know if this video gets pulled by YouTube, we know that they are only interested in propagating lies and they don't care about truth. So I dare you to take this video down, and I will provide you with the proof, and you will not have a leg to stand on. So let's hope they don't take this video down. Anyway, back to what I was saying. So my dad died as a result, direct result of the booster shot. Now I'm going to steer away from my thoughts regarding the vaccine programme. I'm not going to talk about that in this video. I have my own thoughts, but I'm not going to go into that. What I want to talk about instead is this. Can you imagine if, say for example, someone was, I don't know, stabbed in the street in cold blood and died, and then there was an investigation which proved that that had happened. So then you went and told people, and you said, this has happened. So say it was my dad, he was in the street, he was walking down the street, he was attacked and stabbed to death. What would be the reaction of people? They would be disgusted, shocked, outraged, and I think they'd want to share that shock and outrage with you. Why? Because that would be the natural human thing to do, well, wouldn't it? Now, let's consider another scenario. Let's consider a scenario whereby my dad died of COVID, or with COVID, as is the case in many instances. But let's say, what would be the reaction of people? Well, this time it probably wouldn't be one of shock and outrage, but it would be one of extreme sympathy. They would be wanting to share their grief with you. It would further build upon many people's beliefs, what they thought about COVID and how deadly that it is. But top and bottom of it is, they would acknowledge the cause, i.e. they would be imparting some truth to it. Scenario 3, which is actual real life scenario. My dad dies as a result of being administered the third COVID Pfizer booster shot. As I say, established fact by the MHRA, can't be argued with, official statistic, the truth. What do most people do? I'll tell you what they do. Nothing. They don't say anything. They get a glazed look on their face. They refuse to acknowledge it. They won't talk about it. And in some cases, most cases actually, empathy is not there. And in some cases they'll instantly go on the defensive. So instead of the natural human reaction of, well, first of all, if somebody dies regardless of the cause, surely the natural human reaction is, I'm so sorry to hear about that, isn't it? Is that not what we all would do if we were told that a loved one had died? I'm really, really sorry. We wouldn't want to use it as an opportunity to further defend our beliefs, would we? Because in some cases, the reaction of people isn't, I'm really sorry to hear about that. The reaction would be, has been, I should say, but this jab's saving lives, or all jabs have risks associated with them. It's like, wow. And that, people, is what brainwashing does to people. It takes away not only their ability to think, i.e. they become victims of menticide, death of the ability to think. It also takes away their empathy, thus their humanity. Because it's not about what my dad died of. It's not about a jab. What I'm talking about, well, it is obviously, but not the purpose of this video. What it's about is people's beliefs and them not being able, even by one iota, to challenge those beliefs. And what beliefs are they? They are beliefs that have been imposed upon them by the deep state and mainstream media by incessant propaganda over the course of 2 years. So I hope you can understand why I feel upset that there are many, many people who I've shared this news with, and that has been the reaction, or should I say, lack of reaction, i.e. we'll just ignore Dave. Why? We can have different views, but why not share? As I'm pretty confident would be the case in any other instance of shocking death. Why not share in that shock? Why not acknowledge what me and my family may be feeling? But no, and as I say, why? Because they're brainwashed. Or, as one or two have said, it could be because deep down they know, and they're scared. So now I want to move on to the positives, because I did say I'm feeling positive. Whilst what I've just said there is very true, I also know that I personally have helped a lot of people in their own journey of awakening and becoming aware to what's really going on. I know I'm at least partly directly responsible, and that gives me a real sense of satisfaction and pride. I also know that there are so many brave people around me and in society, in the world more general, who have found that courage within themselves, that emotional intelligence, and who found that bravery to step back and re-examine what it was they were told, to come at it from a different angle and to reach a different conclusion. A conclusion which, once you reach it, is, well, there's a canal and there's water in the canal. It's that obvious once you know, isn't it? But they've done that. They've done that. So, my message to people this year is, as upsetting and as upset that as we may be with how some of those around us have just become automatons, zombies, devoid of the natural human emotions that you would expect. Many others haven't. Many others have displayed real moral fortitude and character and personality and strength and resolve and resilience. And many of those people are in tragic circumstances in their own lives. They're in turmoil in their own lives. Yet they're still finding that resolve to go on that awakening journey, and they need our help. And our job now, I believe, going forward into 2022, particularly January, the next month is going to be crucial, is to really not waste any more of our energy on the people in the first category, because there's literally, well, I hope that the example that I've just provided there would demonstrate, in my opinion, agree or disagree, there's no hope that the people in that category will ever wake up. No matter what they're asked to do, what they're asked to believe in, what lies they are fed, they will not wake up. But there are those who are once in that category, and who slowly over the course of the last year or 2 years, first of all, entertaining one little idea, asking one question, maybe they've closed off again, they've been in cognitive dissonance, and maybe they still are to a degree, but they're slowly starting to realise that a lot of what we said was true, and they need us this year, and particularly in the early part of this year. The weather's lovely at the moment, feels like spring, even though the landscape's barren. I'm sweating actually, can't believe how warm it is. But winter will strike, the dark days of winter will strike. Post-Christmas, a lot of people, most people have got nothing to look forward to. Now it's going to be easy for people to succumb. We've got to make sure that we're there for those people who found it within themselves to question, to ask themselves the biggest question of their entire lives. We need to be there for them, and that's our job, because these are the people who are going to swing it our way, not us. We've been there all along and we'll continue to support, but we always needed numbers, critical mass, and it's the people who've managed to slowly extricate themselves from the evils of the brainwashing, and who are starting to speak their own minds, speak their own truth, live their own truth. It is they who are the ones who hold the key to unlocking the door of freedom again. There will be a place in history for us, the ones who stood strong at the start, but it is they who hold the key to ending this. And therefore, this year, we need to work with these people, show them sympathy and understanding, answer their questions no matter how silly they may be. They may shout at us, they may turn on us, it's all part of it. Let's focus our energies on these people. And for anybody who is in the first category, even if they see this video, the olive branch is always there. It is an eternal offer. It doesn't matter when you join the side of humanity, truth and freedom, as long as you do. So if by any small chance there is even the slightest little bit of doubt, please let that seed of doubt grow and speak to one of us and we'll help you. Because this year is going to be traumatic again. It's going to be highly challenging. There's going to be more suffering, but there's also going to be that sun that is on the horizon. I believe it's rising, not setting. And that flame of liberty is starting to burn bright. Our numbers are swelling, our message is propagating across the world. And I know that we're ready for whatever it takes. we've come this far against all the odds. We now have more unity, we now have more strength, so we're not going to give up now, are we? So going into 2022, I think with hope and with resolve and strength, we can say we are leading the way to a better and a brighter future. So I hope that helps. Please let me know what your thoughts are for the next few months. Leave a comment, please give me a thumbs up and share this video with anyone you think may benefit from it. And happy new year everybody. Bye bye.